So friends, in this video, I will talk about interface segregation principle in C#. If you haven't watched my previous video, Liscov substitution principle, then please watch that video and then watch this video. So let's understand what is interface segregation principle. As name suggested, interface segregation. So we have to segregate the interfaces. So let's understand. Definition is very simple. A class should not be forced to implement interfaces it does not use. In such cases, we have to go for interface segregation principle. So let's understand with this example. So let me open my Visual Studio. Here I have created one interface called iWorker. So iWorker is having two methods. First one is work and second one is manage team. Suppose if I am having a class called developer, so developer is here implementing the functionality. Here developer need to work, but in that case developer doesn't manage team. Manager will manage team, but developer will not manage team. Developer just need to require this function. So this interface is forcing to implement this method as well. So what I have to do is, suppose in that case I am having another class called suppose here manager. For this it is fine, but for this class, for developer class, this method is not required. But if I will remove this, and now you can see we are getting error. So this interface is forcing this class to implement this method. So that is the problem in this approach. So to overcome this problem, we need to work with the interface segregation principle. Okay. So in this slide, as you can see, it is violating the interface segregation principle. So let's understand what is the problem in this code. Developer don't manage team, but they are forced to implement manage team method. As I already discussed, developer doesn't manage team, but they are forced to implement that manage team method. So that is one problem. Another problem is empty or throwing not implemented exception leads to code smell. So this code will not work as expected. So to overcome this problem, we have to work with the interface segregation principle. Let's move to the Visual Studio. Here, let's understand. Here, I have created one interface called iWorker, and here I have created another interface called iManager. So here we have segregated our code into two different interfaces. First one is iWorker and another one is iManager. So developer class will implement this iWorker interface, and team manager will implement both the interface iWorker as well as iManager. So here we have to implement both the method. So like this, we have to segregate our interfaces. Okay, as you can see in this slide, with the help of this, we can segregate the interfaces, and this is following the interface segregation principle. So like that we can implement. So what will be the benefit of following interface segregation principles? Let's understand. No unnecessary method implementations. So we can avoid implementation of unnecessary methods. Okay, code is cleaner and easier to maintain. Classes follows the single responsibility principles better. Easier to modify in the future without breaking other functionality. So in case of future, if there is any other interfaces required, we can directly create an interface and we can modify. So this interfaces will not be required to modify. What we have to do, just we can implement those interfaces. So in future, our interface will remain same. So like this, we can implement interface segregation principle. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you still have any doubt, you can ask me through comment.